Kenan. You visit me a more opportune moment. I have tidings of you all here. After our last account, I presented our findings to our summoning of fellow students. Suffice to say that our responses have been enthusiastic in addition to the flood of the offerings to assist. I imagine that any summoning knowledge hidden within those relics would have proved of a great benefit to us both. How did you fare, friend? The same chronos remain. This is a Noah must be acknowledged. I see you are a must I assume you have collected the. I am most eager to seek my scholar's teeth into something new. Then allow me to feed your favorite. We have recovered a number of relics, which the controversial inspection appears to be in detailed mythology. For several summoners incantation, who better than you to decipher the many mysteries? Leviathan, Ramu, Shiva. With every new primal that appears, the importance of the thorough study of summoning magics becomes even far more apparent. Speaking of those particular deities, I am given to understand that you have your hand on defeating every one of the foes. Your name features quite prominently in the reports we received from the Science of the Seventh Dawn, as you were present in each of their downfalls. Then it follows that your aura has infused with the essence of the primals. Could it be possible that you now have the potential to call forth a new Eggy? By the 12th of course, the most trying of the requisite. All that remains is to perform a summoning ritual at location charged with the appropriate element energies. Master, I suggest you input with the of water, lightning, and ice. Wow, that's going to be a lot of spells I have to learn. So it needs for lightning. The area I'll have. Alright. Let us perform the and attempt. Being able to concentrate on shifting it into foot. Sense nothing. I don't understand. All the conditions have been fulfilled. The summoning ritual has never failed before. What could it be missing? Well, it's not on my spell list, I don't think. With this little point remaining, remove Eggy will not answer your call. I don't think he's in my. I want to research and hint why the summoning failed, but there is no revelation we found. I am forced to conclude that the lay outside the current zone we received Ramadan. Perhaps a new Eggy, a different man would call it, while the David mystery. I suggest you continue practicing our win. Let's see. Deals unexpected damage to 100% to target all enemies near foe. Additional effect Air Death 2 states that a additional effect Aether Flow 2 shares the recast. The arduous task of deciphering Doomsday has occupied my ever-waking moment. I have made significant progress, but the cause of the ritual eludes me. I somewhat hardened, however, new inclination. The fact that, in fact, there is one spell which I believe. Disruption. You're the leader of the research effort on Sun Magic. I am Captain Dancing Wolf. I am immortal friend. Unfortunately, I find this as I have questioned people. What would the immortal friends want with us, Captain Wolf? Does Old Anobi have some vested interest in activities of summoners? Just one separation, madam. We seek a man of the name Tristan. And you do know him. I read reports that you had in pure set of fallen soldier, but I always like to have my confirmation on our intelligence. The moral frame has its own problems, own reasons for wanting Tristan out. If you have any idea to worry about, then I must know what you know. Tristan matched in sling metrics against yours and was ultimately consumed in fire. But you are... Have we given up reason otherwise? I do not doubt the varsity of the tale, but there has been an incident a merchant in Kenan that was recently attacked by a man who by description given close resembles Tristan's appearance. We looked on as Tristan was engulfed in flames, not even a charred corpse, and we believed him utterly consumed. Could he have somehow survived that inferno? If he's alive, then we must unwillingly permit it to escape of an unknown pawn of the pillar. You must allow us to accompany you on the investigation. From my experience in the summoning art, it is most welcome, Lady Dimitri. The attack occurred on one of the roads in Cam's dry room. Join me at the settlement and we continue to use the search of witnesses. Other than that, man, thanks for one check. Let us hasten to Cam's dry room and assist. Wherever Creed, stand for attacking. We have now a corporation organization. I see no reason not to trust you with this duty. Let's build and finance. Such things are hard to like that, though as such I feel it takes notice. I fear a man who did this is swatted in a robe that has black midnight. One of my first tips, I should think. When the merchant left us alive, according to inquiries, one interpreter will likely be around High Ridge. We may catch him on the road. You okay? What? Are you hurt? Think side injuries. I sustained from previous accident. I suppose the first again. Now this must all be so eager to usher me into his health. I'm concerned you saw the caravan that we endeavored to seek you out, sir. Is there all danger? I should be glad to see you brought to justice, though I did not see this first bit either. Sealed as it was with depths of black cowl. I did glimpse of a lock of silver hair. By his stature I marked him a hidden stock, and by his fiery servant, the hell-spawned demon in disguise. That sounds like him. That's the one. Where do you people find these? I've been ignorant, and we know the infinity Tristan has for primal flame. Points towards the other hand. Thank you for coming, sir. You have been a great help for our investigation. Oh, think nothing of it. Consider its poor recompense for my rescue at the hands of the good Lalafell. I must report this development to the superior of the place. Pray join me, Ulda, and there is more I will discuss with you. I got this. Has forced him to relieve terrible memories. You know that Tristan or his brother Kenan, both were soldiers in service of the Immortal Flame, but were soldiers under my command. Our unit was one of them developed in the mission to destroy the primal effort, an operation that succeeded in staggering costs. Those who were not incinerated were tempered, was called in suffering and a letter fate. As you know, a primal powerful is a fate of its own, and great mercy we can grant such a fortunate swift journey to Thal's Hollow. Tristan volunteered to end the cursed existence of his own brother. He returned to Ulda and combat on a blade, and I watched him helpless as the guilt slowly strangled him, and the life that no words of comfort could reach him. When he at last quit the flames, he was a husk of a man he once was. Never did I imagine his grief-commanded mind would drive him to such desperate evil. Tristan was my soldier, and it was my responsibility to stop him. Thanks to your aid, we have mounted proof that he is still out there. When we are ready, we shall make our move. We are content to follow your lead, Captain Wolf, and we should certainly be fully prepared if we are to meet. And I would teach you when the incarnate again the observers of Alien Wisdom. There's special damage magic. Let us have mastered it would. Thank you. Yes, and I'm good for the time. I'm assuming Tristan to someone who looks very much like him. He has struck him. I have one of my men contact Kenan for details. I suggest we head over to know my immediately and question one of the survivors. Many more questions. I spilled my tale with 3 different soldiers already. We get further and further behind every time. Here's an idea though. How about you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours? That big lad in uniform there looks like he could lift some good sizes. What about you? You're some sort of mage. We have trouble with local frigates wiping fire slips, and you know just a blow to get it back. And that stuff is rare as trick. So we do not have time for these distractions. Then maybe I don't have time to talk to you now until there's a little gift. I fear he means to be stubborn as this. Please humor the man and retrieve his body. Bonus. A whole lot back. Much appreciated. Apologies, my studies rather took longer than I kept moving, isn't it, right? Everything's fine. Now let's hear your story. I reckon if you earned it well, we wasn't a mine and loading a cart, and with our halt for the day. When this book of robes appeared, it doesn't say a word, and that bastard just snaps his finger and sets the pet demon to lighten me on fire. Bloody hell! That's the friend I saw. Do you have any idea why he attacked you? Well, there's more than silver to be had in Marina. On a good day, we dig up the fair share of Chris as well. That seems to be what he sought after. I'm not ashamed to say that I fled for my life once these folks started going up in flames. But when I went back to the South Mine, the cart was what had crystal feeling empty. Well, every single one, and that's all I got to say for that. Hope you catch that bastard. There was crystal on the list of goods stolen from the caravan. He may be taking everything else. Simply impatient at his time. I re-examined certain other incidents that we did not think related to it, mainly at the Hall of Flame. Imagine the only reason why the man such as Tristan would seek out the wealth of crystal. But we cannot allow it to come to this food chicken. Let us speak to Captain Wolf and learn. I suspect that our incident records paying close attention to the cargo material crystal. We have attributed several recent raids to the analogy, and the victims were every one of them burnt to death, not entirely impossible considering the lizardman affiliate fired. But to find not a single arrow or spear wound. And this unless maybe has actually stayed allowed where we all were thinking. Judging by the sheer number of crystals involved, we assume that this villain intends to call forth a primal. After my encounter with Ifrit, I learned just how devastating and powerful these entities will be. I believe that summoners, with their ability to harness such power, hold the potential to. But if Tristan truly is mad enough to summon a primal, then the unthinkable act, the bloody deeds he performed into a crushing for it, which caused people to question the motives of all. The studies of the tomes revealed to me a tale of adulation. The summoners allies were revered as heroes for their part in defeating the ancient primal. Reverend slowly turned into repulsion and practitioner, intoxicated by their own immense power, began wielding the art of summoning as a means to further their own selfish ambition. That's to say, of course, that all summoners choose to become tyrants. Amongst the common people, however, it is becoming strongly held superstition that those who know the power of primal ultimately fell into the embrace of evil. Their superstitions blossom into outright terror, and that is what an age has begun. By the end of the third Astral Era, the last of the summoners have vanished from the state existence. And should we know it, Tristan to go through with the plan, then we risk a repeat of the tragedy. I will review the state of the perils on the crystal trade routes we will catch him. Before I joined, I was able to recover another incantation that may prove useful. So I hope you're prepared to take action. Ever since we've interested our Black Roof friend Villa ceased attack, now it's time to the best of the superiors. I have arranged for a lightly guarded shipment of the crystals. I want you to when I already sent word to Metro. Sure. Alright. Here, the crystal has left camp. The parents of the caravan will head toward but conveniently break the axle before. We three will take the separate position, wait for Tristan to take ball, and have the driver Tristan. Tristan Taylor. That was way too easy. Way too easy. A tempo. He popped right at dinner and took me some. Saying him to me, another man in dark robe stepped right. My positions, I came stuck underling, building by the ease with especially, but I never before. Tristan's brother, but how? He was a tempered slain, and now both siblings have disappointed. I should exercise more care. Asian, that voice. You were the who taught Tristan the art of summoning. Have you come to? Oh god, he has a weapon. He's gonna whoop someone with that weapon. It's like more. Tristan? Yes, that was the other name. I hoped to groom him, granting him with the knowledge of Alec magic, mage, that he might unleash wrath against the primal. Alas, he was all too easily vanquished. No matter. The bringer of light has proven a more adept replacement for my failed Godslayer. With every primal you killed, the beastman fervor grew even hotter. We need but supply the trials with crystals and watch as they summon even more terror deities. When the confluence of chaos reaches its peak, the world shall be swallowed in darkness. Our master shall rise again. And we should be gone. I shall that my soldiers is treated for his wounds, and then once again the power lurks behind the curtain, foolish spectators. I believe some reassessment is in order. We know what the Black Robe menace we thought was Tristan was actually his brother, Kaladin, a reanimated puppet under the control of the Asian. Both brothers were present at Ifrit's defeat. Sakan's aura too would have been stained with the primal essence, which I understand correctly would explain his ability to come in. As for the Asian who raised the lad's corpse, I press him to serve as he summoned a summoner who summons. I shall see the Paragon has many crimes for which he must answer, but we must move to great caution. The power of these immortals is not to be underestimated. We will return to Gardenia and redouble my efforts to decipher the remaining tombstones. Now we get the cool attacks. We've come from the world of the Asians. Fear, I have progress to report. We did, however, hold a service for. I assume the soldiers were needed. Together we've conveyed his remains to the priest of Dal. As with Daldian trade routes, there is still often raid by bandits of beastmen, but not to involve the beastmen of Black Woman. I must confess I am at a loss of how much. And if we have to discuss. I've been engrossed in the studies. You see, every adventure I struggled to unravel the ancient knowledge of the tomb. I unlocked a good many mysteries, including the reason why you're unable to call for Rango-Egi. You can summon it after you can draw within the body reserve aether. Grants life and form to what is our entity. That is as much as we know. I already had overlooked the simple fact that our aethic reserves are infinite. Thus, the magnitude of the Egi of the summon is by the extent of the own force. Simply put, if the Egi is too powerful, then the summoner fails. Remember, Spirit, the summoner of Alec devised a method by which one might, rather than attempt to summon a separate physical manifestation of a certain Egi, the more accomplished magician discovered that far less ether was required to infuse himself with the This technique is which is summoned upon the hiding state known as trance. Shall we see if you can master this method? It may allow you to think with a paragon, but not if the essence of the ordinary primal. We must set our sights on the more potent entity, most fierce. I speak of the elder primal, Bahamut. On the day of the calamity, the dragon vanished and exposed massive ether that carried far. You may, among many others, have been torched by his essence. All that remains is to perform a meditation ritual in the place steeped in. You should be able to enter the trance in the dread room. As for setting his foot on the, I believe Captain Wolf can assist us. You pay me a visit? I swear to God, I've just been there. Actually, a good captain here has agreed to help us in the only suitable. Mita here is certainly one to. She petitioned us to gain entry to the spoken license of Cathedral Flats. The Flat Tower Disputary jointly administer 3 members of the area. The attempt to earn a full admittance to the area is a nightmare. As a matter of sense, I was only able to secure admission to visit the Immortal Flames airship landing. If you wish to enter Flats proper, we will have to undergo a cover of night. Prepare yourself for a tense journey. This But in general, we have had on flats, but as far as authorized. Okay, we're heading to flats. I'm actually nervous, I think. Never before I've sensed such change in ether. Let us not linger, huh? Turn your mind into Bahamut's terrible majesty. All is part of sleep to your very being. Oh my God, I'm going to be halfway. We need the spirit meditation. Do you truly attempt to harness the power of mighty Bahamut? The essence of the elder primal shall tear your mortals. Asian. The chaos risen in the presence of power of bringer of light can be allowed to shine no brighter. Come and be doused by the endless waters of the 12th chalice. Oh, well, we're fighting Asian, okay. do no damage to the Tentacles. Ooh, there's no damage to this person. We're like no damage to this person. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Alright. That was a fighter. That was probably the best fights I've had. Or should I have not been able to you should not be able to complete the meditation under such duress. But I shall not underestimate you again. Our next meeting shall be our last. Bringer of light. That was by far the funnest fight I had. We did it. We faced a paragon and lived. It was thanks to you and the Tower of Might of Bahama now command. Despite the ashes we've achieved what we've came here for, but I'm afraid this is not the place to separate. Let us return to learning before dawn light finds us in forbidden territory. We receive a rejoice, my friends. It seems our clandestine adventurer were unnoticed by their superiors, and more importantly, we seized the upper hand in battle against the ASEAN. The trance did appear most successful for such a hurried night's work. We managed to reap quite hard indeed. But it's a pity bastard fled as he did. I would like to have settled the score then and there. 'Twas the best, Captain Wolf. If we were defeated ASEAN, then we might be prepared to destroy him utterly, body and soul. Yeah. That looked weird in there. Following the Archmagic, the trance gauge, the indicator remained in Dreadwind state, which, under the effect of the Ruin 3, is impulse outburst and upgrade astral flare. Alright, Dancing Wolf. I was about to send for you. Is it teleporter? Wonderful we're here, but pondering some math as a theory, I will discover my conclusions were both of you. Ever since our battle with the flats, the memory of the advanced fleeing field is prey upon me. According to the science of the research, the Paragon are frankly immortal, so that each are entities with no physical form of their own. Instead of possessing mortal host after mortal host, in this position down the ages. Once mankind has acquired the dreadful trance with the haste the ASEAN withdrew, did not seem too well to action of being. Thus I pose a question: could it be that the 12th chalice and his are not participants in the art possession as their rival At the time of the battle, our bodies were only available hosts nearby. He also lacked the superior efficiency to fleet betwixt. I suggest that our foe suddenly his cowardice stemmed into the ability to force his soul into a living vessel. I will explain much, including the reason why he chose the deceased Kaiser to serve as his puppet. I believe the theory is sound. Are you put to the test? If we are able to lure the 12th child to a location devoid of the potential host, then we might succeed in destroying him for good. Then what are we waiting for? We must bring devising plans to draw the villain from hiding. Well, we must first obtain the means of which we can assure the assassin's demise. The might coup de grace delivered before he has a chance to retreat. There's a passage within the last student that describes how the power of trance can be unleashed. And however, it was not explained. According to research, it can only be learned from the forbidden book found in the shelves of the Great Ghoul Library. The search for the library is a long parish of Albus spine into the Thorbian hinterlands. I believe we three are up to the task. Alright, I've been telling. Shall we be on our way? The key to defeating the 12 will soon within our grasp. Alright, to auto shiner now. Another trip. And here we go. Now we arrive. We can enter the library and begin our search for the forbidden tomb. You have strayed far from the safety of your city's polluted. Whatever could you be planning? I can't believe this class has an ASEAN fighter. Arrive here at the worst possible moment. There's no confidence I fear at this time. You'll leave not the chance. Oh my god. It was amusing to first watch you stumble like a clumsy child, and to assist in your dabbling. Those who do not dance upon our palm shall be crushed within our fist. None shall be endured the breast. There can only be one no rifle. You've earned from the ire of Lahabre's most loyal servants. I think he... Did you not imagine the battle ended with our master's defeat? I'll see her. Then now, it will be wise to retreat, seek the tomb. They mean to afford us an opportunity. Either we stand, fight, or we die. Alright, let's start the fight. I hate the walk on. Left now. Is this for real? Ow. Oh, I think I might. The fight's weirder. He's dead. I have no idea what that part of this fight was. Wow, you were raised upon greatness itself. My master, bring alive. Perhaps it is meet that your strength will be beyond us, but the day will come. Asian. Use your power. Alright. Oh. E. The paragon is no more. Well, it must be. Well, when did you learn how to cast it? Did you not require? My apologies, but in order to deceive one's enemies, it is best to begin with one's friend. There is never any such book. All that required was to cast the bomb to focus energy. I knew that once as he observed us traveling towards the library, he would assume we thought some long buried wisdom. He could not risk leaping free to gain even more power. So the tragedy was a fight, a trap to lure him into the wild. While you were certainly had me fooled, it reminds me never to cross wits with you, Yishu. I was able to catch Deathfire. I never entertained a sealed out. We have achieved something more. I wish few can boast. The defeat of an Asian. Never could have accomplished this deed alone. Thanks to your actions, Tristan can also be put to rest. Long have I been haunted by the horrors of Ifrit's mission. At last I can fear and measure peace. I will die and have a gravestone for Tristan laid beside his brother. We have not have his bones, but it will be in place where the survivors from the unit can pay respect. Bid you farewell, my friend, until we meet under happy circumstances. In addition to untold slaughter, you prevent a summoning tragic history from repeating itself in a new age. We have no greater precaution against the ancient of the falling star in the world hand. I will work alongside my colleagues and his sons and be sure to spread the summoning. If only we could uncover the last solution to the primal predicament. There must be a way to break the self-proclaiming cycle. As for myself, I shall continue research for primal summoning, offer scions with support I am certain the path shall